You know what I'm talking about? What's good with them people, man? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people? Oh, man, bro, kind of late. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know we're going to be doing this one just a little bit different. You know what I'm talking about, man? First of all, shout out to everybody I normally shout out, man. You know what I'm talking about? Around that world, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, go and get you some of these stick-ups. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't want to get you one from me, see me in traffic, hold on. All summer stores, Funky Die Trying, man, go get you one. You know what I'm talking about? And go get you one, man. You know what I'm talking about? And we're gonna do this one a little different. But shout out to all the penitentiaries around the world, man. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody that's on the top of that thing, everybody on the bottom of that thing, man. Keep that head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? That's just all my folks in jail. All my folks, period, man, around the world. Around that world. You know what I'm talking about? Around the world, man. Disclaimers, man. I don't promote no drug users. No, no, no. Don't promote no drug sellers. No, no, no. Don't promote no alcohol consumption. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? Don't take a sip of the sippers. You know what I'm talking about? The brother like myself, I don't promote no crime. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? The brother like myself, I don't promote no violence. No, no, no. You know what I'm talking about? The brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. No, no, no. Keep your ears on the people, he know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about, don't, he know what I'm talking about, promote, he know what I'm talking about, no, negativity, no, 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 man, I don't promote shit, he know what I'm talking about, I just don't promote shit, you know what I'm saying, hold on, my mama always said, boy, breast and whiskers when you on TV, even if they got a hole in them, you know what I'm talking about. Coffee Chronicles, classic roast, piping hot, they gonna say, bro, it's a little bit too late, man, it's down there, 3 o'clock, you know what I'm talking about. Nah, man, we gonna do this one a little bit different, man. So, I ain't got no name for this, man. You know what I'm talking about? I just want to shout out my daddy. It's his birthday today, man. I want to shout out the man who had me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man taught me damn near everything I know. You know what I'm talking about, man? And I want to shout out my nigga Green Eyes. Cause my daddy and my partner birthday on the same day. Been that way my whole life. You know what I'm talking about? And I just want to shout out my daddy, man. I had a long conversation with my man today. My man 73 today, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I just like in my life as a kid, man, and I wasn't listening to none of that shit, folks. I wasn't listening to none of that shit he was trying to tell me when I was just a lad, man. I wasn't. But everything that man told me, man, it's almost like I can't explain it, man. But I got my sense from my daddy, man. That man got the coldest common sense that I've seen to this day, man. You know what I'm talking about? And it take a special kind of person to think a certain kind of way, man. And my daddy always been the most even motherfucker I ever seen, man. He just have. He just been the most even. The man just gonna tell you what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all, hold on. I gotta put some more warmth on this coffee, man, so we can get into it. I'm gonna tell you something. My daddy just told me. Coffee Chronicles. Excuse me, y'all. We back. Yeah, this one right here, this is gonna be Happy Birthday Pops and Green. You know what I'm talking about, man? Piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? I had to go get some of that steam. You know, I'm gonna leave that alone because I could just see I was finna burn my lip. You know what I'm talking about? I just seen that shit a premonition. You know, I'm gonna wait for that shit to simmer on down. But my daddy, man, shout out to everybody who think they number one but smell like number two. Him, Deuce. I see you, fuck it. Let me tell you something. My daddy just told me, baby, telling me shit like this my whole life. And y'all might think this is crazy or what. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you what my daddy told me, nigga, that helped me. You get what I'm saying? But he used to tell me because you'll come into this world with a bunch of a bunch of ready-made shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? What a man's supposed to do, what a man not supposed to do, and all that shit. And he was talking about that old saying that was floating around like man not supposed to hit women, right? And just since I was little, he used to tell me shit like this, man. Like, you gotta assess the situation, man. You can listen to that shit if you want to, basically, bruh. Talking about what a man ain't supposed to do, a man ain't supposed to hit a woman and all that shit. Say, man, you better assess the situation, man. Because it might, situation might call for a nigga to backhand the shit out of bitch, bruh. It just might. And he was telling me when he was following that shit, right? What a man's not supposed to do and all that. He said every time he followed that shit, he ended up getting hurt. Because they don't never say no shit like a woman ain't supposed to hit a man. That was never in the equation. You know what I'm talking about? Just like a happy wife, happy life. Like the niggas never in the equation. You get what I'm saying? So he said when he did that, man, I ain't gonna put my hands on the woman and all that shit. He said a lot of times he got hurt by not doing something to a motherfucker. You feel me? And he said he just came to a point in his life, you know what I'm talking about, where he made up his mind. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna let anybody hurt me. I don't give a fuck if it's a bitch, a baby. I'm not finna let nobody hurt me. You know what I'm talking about? Not ever again. You know what I'm talking about? When you talking about physically hurting the motherfucker, no. I'm just not gonna let it happen. That's why I say, man, don't listen to that shit. Motherfucker talking about you ain't supposed to hit a bitch. This bitch got a back. Keep on swinging it at you. What you supposed, man, please. Please. But happy birthday to my daddy, man. Man, it taught me some of the most valuablest lessons that I've ever learned in my life, folks. Man, my nigga is I can't explain it, bro. I just can't explain it. But like my uncle said, man, he said he one of the three smartest motherfuckers in the world, man. You feel me? I just, my daddy used to tell me shit that I used to think was mean at the time. But when I grew up, and y'all gotta understand, this is just why the way I am the way I am, man. You feel me? It's just why I am the way I am, man. Yeah, you see, because that one almost burned me right there, so I knew if I would have jumped on that thing when it first came on, whoo, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all did one of them numbers. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? But I used to be little, man. I didn't like my stepmama and shit, man. You feel me? I mean, I don't know why. I just didn't like the bitch. But, I told y'all this story before, man. I had just cut my, cause my daddy one of them niggas too, man. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't going to the barbershop or nothing. That nigga gonna give you one of them fades. You got hella waves up there. Your waves dipping like a motherfucker. You just don't have, it's a bowl cut. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they used to call them back in the day. You gonna get one of them. You know what I'm talking about? Your shit really clean, but it just ain't got that line like everybody else got lines on their fades. Your shit ain't blended in right. You know what I'm talking about? So it really look like you walking around with a toupee. They ain't gave you no line right here, nothing, bro. Your shit hanging down. with that V. Look like a nigga could just peel that shit up off your head, man. I had ways though, you know what I'm talking about? Pops was one of them, but man, something happened, man. I fucked up and I had to go to the meet like I was, like I am right now. And I used to hate for some reason. I always had long hair, bro. I always had long hair. Long ass perms, long ass dreads, just long hair. You feel what I'm saying? I've always had long hair. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about long hair. And So I had to go to the meet for something, man. And I told you, shout out Myron, my old school cousin Myron, man. I think he's still living, man. But if he passed, bless the dead. I know Eugene passed, bless the dead. But some of y'all might remember crazy ass Eugene from the village. I think Eugene stabbed Pooh Man in the eye with a pencil or something when he was little. I think little Eugene from the village, crazy as a motherfucker, man. That's my cousin. And Eric and them, man. Shout out my people. But this nigga slapped me and nigga Byron Sally on me hella hard. Pow! You know what I'm talking about? I'm in the front seat. And the nigga pushed the seat up and took off running into the apartments. Baby cuz hella fat and shit. I get out, I'm hella mad. Nigga, I'm behind that nigga. I can't get him. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga in the house, man. I come back to the car. Hella mad, nigga. I slammed the door. Bam! When I slammed the door, the bitch done solly bombed me. I wasn't just taking 2 solly bombs. I was already trying to catch that nigga to fire on him. You know what I'm talking about? So when the bitch fired on me, you know what I'm talking about? Just natural instinct. You know what I'm talking about? Turn around, hit that bitch with that pop shot, right? You know what I'm talking about? Turned around and pop shot at that bitch with the overhand right. You know what I'm talking about? And that bitch couldn't believe it. Like, I'm telling your daddy. Man, Pops was hella mad. I don't know. I think my daddy was really happy on the under. You know what I'm talking about? I think he thought that shit was funny on the under, but I think he was just mad because he had to come home from work. I never forget, this nigga had on some sand gloves and fired on me in my chest. You know what I'm talking about? I was hard-headed, man. And that's what I want to do today, because I want to apologize to that man. Because, like, I was just bad, y'all. And you just never think about that shit, bruh. And I'm just grateful, man. I'm really hot, niggas. I was supposed to be out there with my nigga, man. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. You feel me? I was really supposed to be out there, but y'all know how that shit is. Bro, I gotta sit around and wait on a prior engagement. You know what I'm talking about? All that old shit. But anyway, I didn't think since a little kid, man, cause my nigga knew he was finna be gone. You feel me? So my nigga was really just trying to teach me. It was like he didn't want to leave me, bruh, knowing that, like, I was just bad. I can't explain it, bruh. I was bad, man. I talked to my nigga now, man. My nigga, he said, man, I knew you was crazy when you was just a little kid, man. He said you just wouldn't listen. Like, he said, I knew you was. I told you when I hopped out the window, I just do shit, bro, baby, cuz. Baby, cuz been around this motherfucker for a while. I was just hella bad, bro. I had to go see for myself. I used to hop out the window. I was just bad, bro. I've always been smart, lightweight. I was a good kid, man. I was just bad. You know what I'm talking about? Attention span wasn't worth shit. I don't know. I was just bad, bro. I was just bad. I can't explain it. But always running my motherfucking mouth. I was just always bad, bro. Always been the little ass character. But I think my nigga always just seemed like me and my mama and me. You get what I'm saying? I think my nigga was always just able to look at me and see me and my mama and me. You get what I'm saying? Because he always like, man, y'all got that shit honest. That's his favorite word, man. Y'all got that shit honest. So, like, but you never understand because you just be in your own world, bro. But you never understand, man. And I'm one of the people fortunate enough to still have both my parents, man. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just a blessing in itself right there, folks. I just love both of my people. But today my daddy's birthday, man, and I know I put them people through so much, bro. And you never stop and think about that because you just, like, you can have it. You not tripping on nothing. You don't need nobody or nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You getting in trouble, you ain't finna burden them with your problems. You taking care of and all that. But you still don't understand the stress you put on them people, man. How them people worry about you. You feel me? You really don't understand that, man. And I do now, you feel me? And I just wish, because I've always been smart, but, like, still naive and dumb in other aspects, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Because the one thing we take for granted is just life itself. Coffee Chronicles. So in your head, bruh, you just always feel you have time when you don't. It just always feel like you have time, but you really don't. Coffee Chronicles. You feel me? And I'm one of them niggas like I don't know, bro. I'm one of them niggas that'll go, like, if I go get down, I'm calling my daddy. You feel me? For real. If I go get down, nigga, I'm calling my daddy right after. I ain't calling nobody else. I'm calling my daddy. And nigga don't even be understanding that, like, you calling this man with that bullshit, this man worried, you know what I'm talking about? Like, nigga just don't be thinking about that, you feel me? Don't. I just want to apologize to that man, that's my nigga. That's my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And as kids, we don't get that shit because especially these kids nowadays, man. I ain't never seen a generation of motherfuckers who disrespect daddy and mama so much in my motherfucking life, man. I ain't never been like that with my parents, man. I love both my parents, man. I swear to God, man. And I done put them people through some shit. Bro. Like, nigga don't be just rapping and shit, bro. Like, nigga be spitting facts, bro. You feel me? I done sit up there, nigga, the U.S. Marshals, nigga, FBI done follow me to my mama's house in Vegas, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got this lady dough all kicked in, their neighbors. You know what I'm talking about, man? Like, I ain't even supposed to be up in there. You know what I'm talking about? She harboring the fugitive. Oh, you get what I'm saying, bro? That nigga just crazy, bro. Nigga don't think about none of that shit when he doing it, though. You feel me? It's like a nigga be hella selfish, hella inconsiderate. You get what I'm saying? You can't really see that shit like that when you inside of it. Coffee Chronicles. But when you get a chance to look at that shit in hindsight, you can see where your ass was dead A1 wrong. I want to just apologize to my parents, man. Them people ain't did nothing but rock with a nigga, bruh. E. Morris Cox, bruh. John Marshall, them people ain't did nothing but rock with me, bruh. On the real. No matter what the fuck I ain't did, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Because even though, like, I got my daddy a little bit different than my mama, you get what I'm saying? It's just a nigga gonna be different than a female. You get what I'm saying? Your thoughts, like, it's just gonna be different. But my daddy, he understands about what the fuck you believe in, what you gonna stand on, and what you ain't. And that's all it's about right there, bruh. That's all it's about. Me and that man just had a good, long-ass conversation. I've been talking to that man all morning, man. You know, because I was really supposed to be up out there on my nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I was supposed to be up out there on him. You feel me? I was supposed to be going live from Dallas right now on my mama. You feel me? But, I just love that man. That's my nigga. That's my nigga. That man has showed me so much shit and took me, and I got a chance to be a kid, y'all. You get what I'm saying? I got a chance to do all that shit that you was supposed to do. I got a chance to go fishing and camping and shit. Clear Lake, you know what I'm talking about? Who else know about Tracy, the Delta Mandola? You know what I'm talking about? Whiskey. Slew, you know what I'm talking about? Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. What'd you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Whiskey, Slew. You feel me? Nigga, we'll be out there for weeks, nigga. It take hella long to get that catfish and crappie up out your, the smell and shit up out your hands, bruh. Nigga go to, nigga hands smelling like clams and grass shrimp for about a week and a half. You know what I'm talking about? But nigga, you'll sacrifice that to go, man. That shit was fun, bro. It was just lessons. That's when you was little. That's when Pops would let you sneak a beer or something. You know what I'm talking about? Going to give you a Coors. And you know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicle. And he had me listening to all that the music he grew up off of. You know what I'm talking about? We was listening to that shit, all that doo-wop music and shit. That shit used to be cool, man. That shit shake me, bruh. They go, AF, I'm gonna have to get back with you, baby. You feel me? And I just love my nigga, man. And I just, like, I understand it now. But I didn't understand it like the majority of my life, man. And I realized how much, like, stress I put on that man and my mama. And something just stick out in my head. I remember something happened one time, man, and my sister just called me. And they was like, just go home, blood, because, like, my nigga stressing. You feel me? It's just like my nigga know. He know. I'm his son. My nigga just know. Can't explain it, man. My nigga know, though. I want to shout my nigga out, man. Love my daddy, man. And that nigga hella funny. That nigga hella funny, bruh. And my nigga hella quiet, but he got personality like a motherfucker. Like, I look exactly like that. Like, I'm the same nigga as my daddy, bruh. And that shit crazy how that shit happened, bruh. Like, I'm that man to the T. I think like that man, you know what I'm talking about? I eat the same food as that man. Me and that, I got the same exact. You could put me and that man around in the same room. It's like we the same person, bruh. That shit crazy. We can go to dinner right now. Me and that nigga gonna order the same thing, bruh. We like that shit medium rare. You know what I'm talking about? We do. That's my nigga. That's where I get my sports from. Like, that's all me and my nigga love to do. Sit around, watch a good old football game, boxing match or something, man. We in paradise right there. Cause I remember I was little. Like, my nigga, he wouldn't let me smoke weed and all that shit. I had to sneak out and do all that shit. Coffee Chronicles. He wasn't one of them parents. And that was crazy. Because my nigga used to fuck with my sisters. And they just a few years older than me. But I guess the way he figured it, they was all, I don't know. I don't know how he figured that shit. I guess because I was like 12 or 13. I guess that nigga said that was just a little bit too young. You feel me? But they was like 16, 15. But even when I was 16, 15, he didn't fuck with me like that. That nigga wouldn't let me smoke no weed around him. He just wasn't gonna do it. He knew I was smoking and shit though. He wasn't fucking with me like that. He didn't fuck with it like that. He didn't. But I just couldn't wait when I was little, man, to grow up and be able to drink and smoke and shit with my daddy, man. I couldn't wait for that shit. You feel me? When I got older, nigga, we was fucking with it, nigga. On my mama, me and Pop shut the club down, nigga, in Dallas. Nigga, Dreams, I'm telling you, bro. Y'all think I just be rapping, bro. Nigga, we shut that motherfucker down. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't nobody's birthday. Look, Pops put his motherfucking card, man. I'm telling you, I must have drunk so many motherfucking, wherever they was at, they was making strong shot. You know what I'm talking about? Strong shot. Nigga, they told baby cuz the bar was closed. I couldn't have no more. I'm telling you, bro was out there in the peacoat fucking with it, bro. Look, by the end of the night, nigga, we was on the stage where the DJ was at. Pop said I had to get up out of there, though. I was just doing a little bit too much. He said that next crowd of people come up in there, we probably was gonna go, we was gonna get into it with them. He was like, nah, man, let's get up out of here for these other crowd of people come up in here. They said Baby Cuz was being disrespectful, which I wasn't. Baby Cuz was just dancing. You feel me? Y'all know how we fuck with it when we dance. You just jump in front of somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Get the fucking with it. So I'm on the dance floor fucking with it. You know what I'm talking about? Jumping in front of niggas, bitches. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas, bitches dancing with me. They wasn't feeling that though. I didn't realize that. I thought we all was just having fun, you know what I'm talking about? There's hella niggas over there in the corner just mugging Baby Cuz, you know what I'm talking about? Baby Cuz out there in flats fucking with it, you know what I'm talking about? Like I'm on skates. Y'all know how Baby Cuz act when that music come on. Look, I tell you this though. On my mama, by the end of the night, nigga, I had the whole motherfucking dance floor on the where the DJ at, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? They on my mama. They gonna remember baby cuz for that night. They gonna remember baby cuz from that night, man. I'm telling you, what I didn't know though, I was jumping in front of motherfuckers bitches and we was dancing and niggas was walking off the dance floor. I wouldn't even, you know, I just found somebody else to dance with. I guess they wasn't feeling like the baby cuz. That's when baby cuz had dread, but you know what I'm talking about? Baby cuz was out there whooping them, you know what I'm talking about? Like, anything, I really thought I was on stage by myself, but I'm all up in there, they playing that Too Short song and Shake That Monkey. Baby cuz all up in there, because I told Pops, and you can ask him this to this day. I said, Pops, I ain't even getting up and dancing until they play that song From the Windows to the Wall. I said, that's the only song I even want to hear, you know what I'm talking about? So I just sat there and drank. It took him a while to play that song, y'all. I'm just sitting there just to drinking. You know what I'm talking about? By the time that song came on, boy, that was the worst thing they could have did. You know what I'm talking about? Because was full. Man, I was sliding around that motherfucker like Ricky Henderson, man. Off subject a little bit. Because I just said Ricky Henderson. I was just talking to my nigga Slow, and I told him I was gonna mention this one right here, man. Cause I ain't even know, man. We done flipped over in the car with Ricky Henderson's nephew, man. Over there on Golf Links, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? That was Ricky Henderson's nephew, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to drive like Slow through Golf Links. Slow in the 50. Fish telling, you know what I'm talking about? But Slow professional driver. Man, please. This nigga must have hit the gas, nigga. We slid just like Ricky Henderson, nigga, off the cliff. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, it's a good thing in flip. Nigga, we was just like this. Nigga, everybody was like this, like we was in the commercial. Got up out that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm talking about? That was Ricky Henderson nephew. Shame on you. You know what I'm talking about? But happy birthday to my daddy, man. And before I get up out of here, happy birthday to Green, man. My other closest ass nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Green Eyes, man. My nigga Kai Cork. You know what I'm talking about? Because like I say, like my grandma, before we even moved to the one way, they used to stay on the bottom. My grandma and them stayed next door to Mark Curry and them. That's why that's my daddy and my mama and them partner. I don't know people like that, but that's my daddy and my mama and them partner. Like they real close partners. So they still be fucking with the people going to their comedy shows and shit, but we started off down there. I think it was on 73rd. I don't know if it was 71st or 73rd, because I was just a baby, you know what I'm talking about? Then we moved to the one way. You know what I'm talking about? But even when we stayed down there, my nigga Green, they had that Stuart Nelson's. You get what I'm saying? And that's where all the black people used to go. So even when I told you, nigga, I had to walk from the one way all the way to 71 Nelson's, nigga, with a note. Fucking with Miss Cork and them jeans, you know what I'm talking about? Me and my nigga Green, we grew like, me and Green was like the first people on the one way. Me, Green, and Teresa. I keep telling y'all that, man. Y'all always try to discredit Big Lip Teresa, man. My motherfucking partner. You know what I'm talking about? But we was like the first ones over there, man. Since kids. Miss Court. That's one of the first, I'm telling you, her and Virgin, some of the first black people we ever seen having money. Way back then, we was kids, man. Miss Quirk used to ride around in the Cadillac with a phone, that motherfucker like Dr. Claw. Like, we had never seen no shit like that before. That motherfucker, it was a Cadillac, but when you got in there, that motherfucker felt like a limousine or something, bruh. For real. She used to just take us swimming, and used to just take us everywhere, bruh. Me and my nigga Green, shout out. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, we went everywhere. Used to just spend the night at each other's house, stay right next door to each other, bruh. My motherfucking brother. You know what I'm talking about? My nigga grew up from ever, man. You know what I'm talking about? Start grinding, going to jail. Green, I wish that nigga started channel. He like the funniest nigga we got. I swear to God. Green only need to be around your ass for 5 seconds and he got your ass down packed. He got your voice down packed. He got your mannerisms. That nigga hella funny, bruh. Hella funny. Hella funny, man. My nigga Green, you know what I'm talking about? Childhood partner, man. And that nigga still around. Good nigga, man. Hella funny. I told y'all I was out there wrestling with that dolphin. That time that nigga threw that motherfucking, I told that nigga don't say nothing to my bitch no more. And that nigga went over there, he was hella drunk. When it was hella police around there, nigga went over there and I went over there and fired on that nigga. That nigga looked at me, I got a story about that shit, the king of the streets nigga. That nigga kept saying, I'm the king of the streets. That nigga, I ain't gotta listen to you. I'm king of the streets. That's what that nigga said, some shit like that, man. Little buff dope feed dude, I ran over there and hit that nigga with that same pot shot right? That nigga looked at me and man, nigga threw that nigga was drinking on something, that nigga threw that shit in my face and took off and was gone. Look, that nigga had the baby cuz. I wasn't finna catch that nigga. I told y'all, man, it was just me and Fat Cat out there, bruh. I ain't seen nobody out there. It's hella early in the morning. Only person I seen out there was the king of the streets. I don't know where this nigga Green came from. But I wasn't finna catch that nigga, man. He had the baby cuz. He had the baby cuz. That nigga had baby cuz beating the foot race. I wasn't finna catch that nigga, bro. I was old like shit. It's the next morning. Hell, I ain't even ready for this shit. That's why I wish that nigga would have just left me alone. It's hella hot. I can't go to my room. The police. I'm just outside on MacArthur. I'm hella mad. I wish that nigga would have left me alone. But look, that nigga had baby cuz beating the foot race. He was talking shit while he was running and everything. You know what I'm talking about? You can't catch me. You know what I'm talking about? I swear to God, I just heard footsteps. My nigga Green just passed me up. Woo, man, my nigga Green caught that nigga somewhere around. He caught that nigga somewhere around seafood spot and grabbed that nigga, man. My nigga Green grabbed that nigga and swung that nigga with his momentum. Man, that nigga slid. Come on, man, look how they did the king of the streets. Oh, man, I don't know where my nigga Green came from. But he had baby cuz beating the foot race. That nigga Green had energy, man. That nigga Green just passed me up like the Bionic Man. Woo, Green dropped this shit low. It was like this. Nigga, that nigga was running like Randy Moss. Taking them long ass strides. Green got a hell that nigga by back at motherfucking collar. Oh, we tore his ass up. We tore his ass up, man. But yeah, man, I'm finna get up out of here, man. But I want to shout out my daddy, man. Happy birthday. I want to shout out my nigga Green, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide in this motherfucker, man. It's your partner. You know what I'm talking about? Who is it, bro? I say worldwide. It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? And if you don't remember nothing else, man, always remember, man, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.